So I'm going to share with you right now what are my the 10 things why is it important to collaborate. This is my own experience from study of other people as well, but I mainly share my experience. Is it okay if I share my experience? Why is it important for me to collaborate? Yeah, is it okay? Yes. If you agree, if you want to know, if you think this, you want to learn, you want to discover what I know, and you are interested to know, put in a 5 there. Give me a high five first, so then I'll share with you. Otherwise, I'm not going to share. Right? And this is I'm gonna give you 10 tips. These 10 tips is what I realized, and it's powerful for me. When I realized that, right, it changes the way it works for me in the corporate world. How I need to collaborate and why I need to collaborate. It becomes clear for me for collaboration and why I need to do what I'm doing. Right. So number one is this: there's limitation. How many of you realize that we are limited? Our capacities, we have certain limitation to our capacity. I mean, we can actually do a lot of things, yes, but sometimes we can only do so much at a given time. Yeah. So because of this limitation, sometimes it's good that we can actually work with other people, right? That means I can never do everything by myself. I need to work with other people to make things happen, especially if I want to solve a bigger problems. If I want to create a bigger, work on a bigger project, I can never handle the big project by myself. I need to work with other people because it's a big project. If I want to work on a specific task that requires a lot of people to handle, I cannot do it alone, right? So I need to collaborate. Yeah, collaboration doesn't mean that if I'm the boss, if I'm the leader, things like that, I can just tell people what to do, right? You still have to be able to influence, get them to do so that they're happy doing what they're doing, so that we can do it together for the common goal, right? So limitation is one thing. I realized that I can never do everything by my own, so I need to collaborate. I remember one time I used to say that if I can just duplicate myself, 2 more of me, I don't need another 5. I can actually take care of a team of 10. I can handle by myself. Yeah, but I cannot duplicate, right? So the only way to duplicate myself is to collaborate with other people. It's not really called duplication, but it's this one way to do it. So limitation is number 1. Yes, you agree? Yeah. So number 2 is this: effectiveness. Yeah. Sometimes by me alone, I may not be as effective. I may think I'm very, very good at what I'm doing, but sometimes I need to be honest with myself. I need to be humble and say that, yeah, I can never be as effective. Sometimes 2 heads are better than 1. 2 hands are better than 1, right? Or 2 pairs of hands are better than 1 pair. So when we have another person to work together from different thoughts, different mindset, different perspective, it changes the whole dynamic of me being my own way. Make sense? So effectiveness, 2 heads are better than 1. Yeah. Number 3, efficiency. We can save a lot more time. If I have to do A to Z by myself, that means I need to transition from A to B to C, things like that, right? It's so much better if I can actually work with another person or 10 more of them. We all take a certain part of your job and be very good at what we're doing, so we can just pass it on, we can do more. And that's how production works or factory works. Factory have people, we have systems, so that everybody just do what they do best, so that everybody can just move on very fast. If not, you have to do everything by yourself, make the product, plan yourself, put it down yourself, cut yourself, and then assemble it yourself, pack it yourself, deliver yourself. It's impossible to do this. Hence, we need to have a system. We need to be more efficient. Everybody do a certain part of it. Efficiency, we save time. Yeah. Hence, we need to collaborate. So leverage on strengths. Some of you have talked about leveraging on strengths. You know you have strengths, right? And you know you have weaknesses. If you're going to work on our weaknesses, sometimes it takes a long time for us to be good at our weaknesses, and sometimes we can never be good at. But if we can leverage on our strengths, we play to our strengths. I do what I'm good at, you do what you're good at. We can have a fantastic outcome. Does it make sense? Yeah. So strengths, leveraging our strengths, talents, resources, knowledge, and skills. These are all the things that we can work on, because each of us have our own. Each of us are our own superhero, and we are good at our own things. So why not just leverage on strengths, and so we can make it more powerful, a strong team, a strong collaboration. Okay, number 5, solve bigger problems. And because of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we can actually solve bigger problems right now, and we can actually handle bigger problems if we want to, and we don't have to worry too much because we know we have the capacity to do bigger. Remember, collaboration is 1 + 1 = 5 = 10. Yeah. So when we all leverage on the strengths, we can actually do much more than to just do by myself. Yeah. We can learn faster, yeah, because now by sharing knowledge with each other, we can just learn each other. Sometimes whatever it takes you, we say 5 years to learn, just by you sharing it in the next 1 hour, I pick up something. I've learned something right now, right? I may not have the experience, but I've learned something straight away. And leveraging on your experience, I know what to do, what to navigate, and if I trust you enough, right, then I can actually move on faster. So in other words, I learn what you've learned, and we can share knowledge straight away. This is the fastest way to learn, right? Yeah. If you want to solve a problem, sometimes what I do, I find someone who has solved it before, learn from them what he has actually done it, how he does it, how he did it, and I actually apply the same thing on the same particular problem. Ta-da! Done. Yeah. So number 7, we get our workload gets lighter. When we leverage, we pull in strength, we pull in our effort together, right? The same workload becomes much lighter. We don't have to like think so hard or figure out things, because everybody has the answer to it. It's so much easier. Workload becomes lighter. Creativity also increase. It's about leveraging on strength, right? Some people are more creative. Sometimes I give an idea, or you give an idea, and it's like, I like that idea, let's expand on that, and suddenly it becomes a fantastic, out of the box, never thought of before, if we never even come together. Does it make sense? Yeah. How many of you have ever got some kind of crazy, fantastic idea that you never could have thought about it if you never come together and work together on a project? Yeah? You agree? Yes? Yeah. If you agree, put a 3 there so that I know. Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah. You have actually experienced that before, right? So that's the same thing. Yeah. Number 9. This is also another very powerful thing. Network sharing. Every one of us has network. All of us within our own community, in our own circle of influence, we have certain network. And sometimes by me asking, hey, I need this support, within our own 3, 4, 5, 10 people who we are collaborating together as a team, we may not have the solution, but behind us, our network, we may have people who knows. And if we can just tap into each other's network, we can actually have a full range of resources that we can actually tap on, and we can just share with it. So this is a very important way. Why do we need to collaborate? Because it's not about just me and look at you, what you can do. But behind each and every one of us, we have another potential that we have never tapped into. If we only tap into the network, we can do a lot more things and solve a much bigger problem and do a lot more bigger things. Yeah? Agree? Yeah. And finally, one more thing. Shared responsibility. How many of you realize that sometimes a lot of us, when it comes to leadership or even coming to big projects, many of us dare not make that decision, even though you know in the gut feeling, in your heart, you feel that it's right? But you dare not make that decision because it's such a big and heavy responsibility, or it's such a big decision to make. But when we all can collaborate and share the responsibility together, make that decision together, isn't it easier? Isn't it more comforting to do that? Right? That means we are in this together, and whatever happens, I know that you are there to solve it together. So it's not like everything gonna be you make the call, I make the call. It's like so scary, right? Yeah. So does this 10 reason to collaborate strong enough for you to learn these skills to collaborate?